kind of all would be trick-or-treating, aren't you?
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Great, great. And I think this is you're getting this question, I'm sure all morning. But if you're gonna have a movie about clowns and creatures along with some really good music, what is it like having Zach and Corey just pretty much being the Rod Serlings of your anthology universe? Was that just a perfect choice for both of you?
We were very excited when we got the green light that that was actually happening. I think I was in London
Yeah.
at a pub in London when I found out that we were officially like signed in. Ooh, I was in a great place for celebrating. Yeah, no, it was good. We were going through a lot of different phases on who we wanted to be Chili, Billy, and Paul, and it had been a very long conversation to get the people we wanted. And I have to say, we were delighted to have them. They brought such a special element to the film to give it just that extra edge that we love so much, classic 80s and
Yeah, having Zach was amazing.
music that we love. It just worked out well.
Yeah, having Corey, because Corey hadn't really done a movie yet. He had done some cameos, but we were like, hey man, you have the voice, we can help coach you. We got you, can work with you. And he just has that voice and he has that energy for horror. So I think just working with him was pretty amazing, honestly. Fans of Slipknot and Corey Taylor is kind of cool.
Yeah,
And
and
what-
Corey and Zach are fans of each other, so that worked out.
Yeah,
pretty
They
well.
broke out big time. So
That was a nice day on set when they were both big fans of each other. So that was cool.
And speaking of fans, I'm a fan of Underoath and Dudley's work. Can you guys talk about? I thought that was another inspired choice. Can you just talk about working with just a really up and coming composer and really good musician?
We love Chris. Chris has been a friend of ours for years, and it's funny because it was also a connection of Chris was a fan of Scott's, and we went to one of their shows. Oh God, what year was that? 2015,
Yeah.
around there. It was a while ago.
We do a lot of music videos too, so that's how we met Underoath and Chris, and it just kind of made a connection.
And we had dinner, and then we just became friends. And then a couple years later, we were like, "Hey, we're gonna start this project." And he's like, "I'm starting to get into composing hardcore," and we just talked to him about it, and it's completely our vibe. And he nailed it, totally nailed it. Couldn't have done it without him. It was so beautiful, and the stuff that he made that's not in the film, oh, so good. I wish I could sell a soundtrack. Like it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, what I really love about this film is you could have made just a straight ahead horror film with some really cool practical effects, but as you sort of just really dive into the story, there is just a lot of stuff, a lot of layers going in, and you guys as storytellers, you could have just you could have just mailed your check in the door and not go deep. And can you just talk about going that extra mile and making your story really fully fleshed out? And I really enjoyed the layers behind this film.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we worked really hard to, like Scott said earlier today, I know you weren't there, but like we really wanted to build this world that you could easily imagine as a real place and that there's real people that live there and this shit went down. It's fun for us to make a whole community a part of the story because part of the community, I think the house at the end is almost a character in itself. These are all just elements that build together to create a bigger functioning background. And I like knowing more about everything. I like backstories on stuff. I like
There's some social commentary too with the house break-in, that's pretty relevant, that kind of stuff. And it's just jumping around, we wanted to make a movie that where it wasn't just like, in it where the clown is killing kids and stuff. We wanted to make a character that was friendly to people that respect the holiday and then terrifying to people that do wrong by the holiday. And I think that's coming up with that clown costume and idea and mask and all that we were trying to make that freaky and friendly at the same time, where it could be, Kira draws the clown. It's her creation and anything she draws comes to life. So
But we're also massive fans of dark comedy, so of course
Yeah.
we have, you know, like
Gotta have fun with it.
yeah, we like, yeah, let's kill like 40 people and then make a joke about it. Because
Right.
why not at this point? Like, it's great.
And to that point, look, you guys were talking about 80s films. We live in such a politically correct climate. I just really love how you guys said, we're just gonna tell the story. And if it offends people, then just don't watch the movie. But
Yep.
you're just gonna get so many people who support the movie because it just really tells a story that's very unvarnished. Can you guys talk about that aspect in creating this world?
Yeah, we just don't give sorry, I don't know where this is going. We are very unaffected by if somebody doesn't like something. Sorry, you go make a movie. Like, you go do this. Let me see what you've got, and then we'll talk. But no, we wanted to make our own project. We wanted to make something that was us, that spoke to the things that we enjoyed and the things that we hadn't seen and the things that we thought we could build on. And if somebody doesn't like it, sorry.
Yeah, we have veterans with PTSD coming back and they're cleaning the town. The themes of that are pretty interesting, being cleaners and protectors, but they're doing terrible things.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
definitely.
pretty fun, and then we have two guys trying to do a home invasion. One's obviously wearing a backwards red cap, which we all know what that means. So there's some commentary, we're kind of playing with some, we're kind of stepping into some hot water with that scene for sure, just because of the way it dictates and, picture.
Oh no, sad. Oh,
But we wanted to pull some strings. We wanted to get
the racists are sad. Oh no.
Yeah. So.
Fuck you. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
Going.
No, I love that. I love that. And also, you guys have your own company. You're both veterans in filmmaking and knowing how to run a production. But for people who are just on the come up as far as indie filmmakers or trying to make a film, what's the key to actually working within a budget, but you're also want to be ambitious, where you have so many location shoots, seemingly so from watching your movie, and then on top of that, you have I don't know how many speaking parts. This just seemed like a big mountain to you're like free soloing the mountain without any kind of support. What is the key to doing that?
Have someone who understands logistics.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Everybody asks us, what was the greatest challenge of this film? Logistics. It's a juggling act to
so many characters,
all of the ensemble, all of the locations, like available times, budget, staying within your means, but also saying, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Spend 10 grand on this. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Well, if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, then hey, we at least tried. I would recommend to younger people to try to build their story before trying to save their story with effects, be them practical or visual. If you've got something that speaks to people or really goes into depth in an area that you're trying to tell that story, that's more important, I think, than other layers. But adding those layers on top of that is what really builds it up, I think.
Using what you have too available to you is always smart.
Yeah, definitely being resourceful.
Be resourceful as much as you can, because I mean, doing a lot of locations for us was tough, just trying to battle weather, battle set design, even just stunts. And this is a tiny indie film. This is not like a big SAG production with millions of dollars. So when people are like, compare us to like a $15 million movie like Trick or Treat, I'm like,
we had none of that.
None of we did what we could.
Imagine what we'll have when we do.
Yeah. So I mean, we were just very resourceful. We don't have millions of dollars for effects and stunt crews. We had like one stunt guy.
Hang on.
So we tried to pull every favor we could get, but I mean, it definitely worked out. But you just got to be resourceful, and you can't give up. You have to keep.
Yeah, definitely don't understand that art has layers to it, and there's going to be moments where you're discouraged by that because it's not math. It's not 1 + 1 = this. It's okay, so it's 40 degrees out tonight, but we only have this for this one weekend, so let's just do it and let's see how it goes. And then when it turns out fantastic and you took the risk and it paid off, it's exhilarating. It's nice.
On the point of art having so many layers and degrees, we're in the early days of as far as crypto assets, but a lot of filmmakers and storytellers, they're slowly getting into the NFT or non-fungible token space. I mean, down the road, when you guys are making really immersive universes like your film, do you
Mhm.
think that's a space you guys might want to go into? Because I know you have a merch shop for BadCandy, but like maybe if this was like 2 years ahead, maybe you guys would be also posting up NFTs on some of the really interesting characters here. Is that something that maybe
I
down the
haven't
road you might?
really
Yeah.
discussed that yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've been looking into that. I'm trying to learn more about it. It's so new, and it's definitely, I can see it growing big with movie stuff. And even Chris Dudley is doing NFT. I saw that. He's
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was doing one. He was posting about it like last week, and I was like, "Oh, you're on this too?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to try it out." And I was like, "That's interesting," And I've heard of people raising money with Bitcoin, for their movies. So I thought that was pretty interesting too.
Yeah, very quickly, because like if like let's just say I bought an NFT from you guys from BadCandy. So if I own it now, I could just flip it and sell it. That said, you as the owners you have the propriety. You can actually get, once it's sold, you guys get also residuals on the sale of my NFT. All that kind of stuff. So that's something I think a year or two from now, I think a lot of content creators will be talking about. So
It's just interesting because that you have to have some sort of regulation on that, because a lot of independent artists get burned in a lot of ways like that. Like, how am I going to prove it? How am I going to prove these things? Like, if it's an unregulated trade, how can I prove that I'm owed whatever percent? And how many times does that stack? Does that sit like
Blockchain.
taxes?
You're
Does
good.
that sit like taxes every single time it gets traded? I get a percent, or does that slowly just cap?
yeah, that's
So you
true.
ask logistics, and that's the answer you get when you ask logistics.
That's very logical and rational. We definitely need that. My final question to you guys is just wondering, right off the top of your head, can each of you name one of your all-time favorite movies, and what is it about this specific movie that still resonates with you personally today?
Labyrinth. It's my favorite movie.
I've never seen it. What makes it so special? I guess my bad. So
Okay, that's okay.
David Bowie and spandex. There you go.
Spandex. Thank you, Scott. Thank you. I'm not mad at David Bowie and spandex. Baby, rest in the universe. I love the original story. The books the books just really go into depth. But I mean, Jim Henson, like David
Jennifer
Bowie,
Connelly, young Jennifer Connelly.
like
Yeah.
it's one of those tales that just speaks to you. And then secondly, second close, Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Del Toro just, nobody else makes creatures like him. You want a creature movie, you go see a Del Toro movie. And they're brilliant. I know Scott would agree with me, but Scott,
Yeah, I was going to say Aliens is my favorite horror movie. James Cameron, Sigourney Weaver. That movie, if it came out today, would make $1 billion. And it came out in 1986 and still superior than 99% of the stuff we get today. And that's my favorite horror movie, action horror. So.
well, thank you guys so much for your time.
What's yours? What's your favorite?
Oh, what's my favorite?
Yeah, what's your favorite?
Yeah. I'm a huge Hitchcock fan, so I love Vertigo. That's my all-time favorite movie.
Okay, yeah.
So
Hitchcock's
yeah.
great.
Yeah, gotta love it.
it.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for your time. Really love the film. Really appreciated that it's made by filmmakers who really are passionate about the genre space. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Thank you for.
All right.